I guess with Udaipur, there was this one more very interesting thing. We did a studio before this, and I basically taught the final year students, ninth semester, seventh and ninth semester students, right, for L3. And when I taught them, the city at that time was Gwalior. So when, I mean, I took my students to Gwalior, that was like a story which sort of dawned upon me that, really need to understand culture and its very strong relationship with people. And culture does not only, limit yourself only to festivities. Culture is as interesting as, the Marbat processions happening at the Badka Square. Once you go over there, you understand how very strongly the entire built environment sort of, makes the entire festivity take in a place that you sort of try to understand. Sorry, just a second. Thank you. So you sort of just understand, that particular built environment sort of takes place in that area, and the festivity gets its character with the kind of built environment it belongs to. So, as I gave you an example of Badka Square Marbat procession, similar was something which I saw in Gwalior, where there the Shera procession happens, and it basically happens at Jawadi Chowk. Similarly, when we started studying about Udaipur, we understood Udaipur also boasts of such interesting festivities and activities and all. We actually had a very interesting experience. We might share the pictures with you. We had the Holi festivity, as well as not the Holi, Mahashivratri festivity happening at Amrai Ghat, Gangaur Ghat. Yeah. So when we were at Gangaur Ghat, what happened was we actually went there to study how Gangaur Ghat basically is an intersection between the natural environment, the Pichola Lake, as well as the built up. But once we were there, while we were studying, there was an actual festivity which was happening, which was celebration of Mahashivratri. So a built environment which is meant for just, a particular spot for boats to land and boats to take sail from becomes a space for festivities and activities, people meeting together. And so it's like this adaptive approach towards spaces, which sort of really pushed me towards the idea that, I want to take my students to let them see that, it's not like I'm designing a living room, so the living room only becomes a living room. The living room could become a celebratory space. So this is just a very, superficial example which I gave. But then even when you design activities, it should not just be limited to one activity specific. It could be multi-activity specific. This is one of the many aspects why I took them to Udaipur. Exactly how culture shaped the capital city. And it's a give and take, honestly speaking. Like, if I try to understand, if I even try to, so I'm a graphic designer as well. I also, do fashion designing, basically designing in general. So I understood that architecture, and this is something which I keep on saying a lot, architecture is like the mother of all arts. And when I say it's the mother of all arts, it's basically the fact that it's a big umbrella term, and architecture has the quality to be interdisciplinary. The idea that if I'm an architect, I have a sensitivity towards the clothing. I have a sensitivity towards the spaces. I have a sensitivity towards, the activities. So there's so much which comes in picture, right? So that is something which I sort of wanted my students to sort of take in the, into note of. If you're going to the city, take inspiration from the activities happening. Take inspiration from the way the people are speaking, the way people are actually interacting with this space. एक शॉप के सामने शेड है, वो शेड सिर्फ शेड नहीं है, वहां पे भी उन्होंने अपना सामान रख दिया है, वहीं पे ही वो लोग चीजें बेच भी रहे हैं, वहीं पे आप खा भी रहे हो. 5 activities happening at one particular location. Why does this happen? Because people have a very interesting way of interacting with spaces. So yeah, that's why I took them to Udaipur.